My name is Pixie and I work for SCAT as the Regional Coordinator for the Eastern Cape. One of the local development agencies that I work with is in Queenstown. It is called Nonesi Advice Office. They have an HIV/AIDS program where they deal with traditional circumcision issue. The office did a community-based needs assessment looking into the effects of circumcision, and they found that a lot of young boys, young men were dying during this period of circumcision. So they rallied together some of the parents in the community and spoke about how they could address this need. And the answer came with their one young man who was working as a volunteer at the advice office, who had to undergo circumcision. And unfortunately, he was also HIV positive. He got so sick, he nearly died. When he came back from being sick, back into the office, he really stood up and said to the coordinator, listen, I think we need to do more than we have been doing just talking. We need to take practical steps about this. One of the things that they did was to go around to schools, to churches, to talk to young boys of about 15 to 20, talking to them about the circumcision process as it is, asking them whether they know what it entails, and preparing them for the unknown journey. They also went to parents and spoke about the effects, like, have you noticed how many boys have died? What do you think we can do? But the most difficult part was talking to the men, because this is the tradition that is entrenched in the communities, in most communities in South Africa, and I think in other parts of the world as well. So they then approached the local clinics, the local doctors, and spoke to them and asked them about how they could also assist in addressing this need. Already in the former Transkei, there was a program that was going on of assisting firstly with the actual blade that is being used for the circumcision, whereby it was said you cannot use one blade for all the boys. There needs to be individual blades used. Traditionally, they would use one blade, so they had to entrench this use of many blades. So they were speaking to the traditional surgeons, saying to them, how about introducing individual blades, because the transmission of HIV and AIDS go through the blood that is, making use of one thing, so that they could master. That was the beginning of their program. Thereafter, they went deeper into the nitty-gritties and the myths and practices of circumcision. Some of the myths are that boys should sleep with girls without condoms before and after, immediately before and after circumcision. They shouldn't drink or eat healthy food while they are in the bush. So, and they also tried to get the boys to be tested for STIs as well as HIV and AIDS before going into initiation, to ensure their health status, to ensure that they are healthy enough to withstand whatever was going to go on in the bush. And I think their focus mainly is, we are not against the tradition, but some of the practices that put the young people's lives in danger. This has been a very successful program, which has gotten both the medical doctors as well as the traditional people to work together. As a result, last year, during the circumcision time, which happens mostly either in June, winter, or summer, in the area where they work, there have been no reports of deaths in the bush. They have spread out the program to another area which is called Tekubaba, because they have learned from the group from Nonesi how this is effective in that area. I find this very, very useful, and it is something that could be learned by a lot of other communities within the Eastern Cape.